Hello everybody, my name is Dude and welcome to Asagao Academy! This is a visual novel slash dating sim thing where it features people from the Normal Boots group of YouTubers and the Hidden Block group of YouTubers. I need to watch a lot of these people. So I've only watched a couple from Normal Boots and that's about it. So let's go. We are going to school in Japan where these YouTubers and stuff happen to be. So that's about the story. And we're a schoolgirl with pink hair and stuff. It's so kawaii. The train made its way along the gentle curve of the coast of Japan, whisking me farther and farther from home. I see some mountains. They're pretty mountains. Very blurry mountains, but they're pretty. I mean, if I take my glasses off, it looks fine. Yeah, it actually kind of looks fine with my glasses on. It looks kind of not as blurry with my blurry ass vision. Across from me sat a boy, face half buried in a newspaper. What's he reading? What is the article that he's reading? I wish to know. Maybe it's something interesting. Maybe it's just something like, oh hey, we're now in a war zone. About, like, I was trying to hint at, like, hot awful boyfriend. I lost my train of thought halfway. Anyway, he was deeply entranced in whatever article he was reading and hadn't spoken a single word to me, even when I asked if I could join him in the last compartment with any available space. He shrugged, nodded, and adjusted his newspaper without ever making eye contact. It had been almost an hour, in fact, and he hadn't looked once at me. But I was looking at him. He's the guy with the big pit. No. I like to think my character wouldn't look in that direction, but I don't know, I'm not judging either way. Devoid of conversation, I took instead to counting the buttons on the previously pretentiously lush carmine seat cushions. Counting. Cool. Now and again I turned to look out the window where the trees were blurring by. Sometimes the smeared green would break and it revealed the quiet blue sea of Japan. Oh, that's gotta be pretty. Though I wish it would, like, change to show that. It is not. Kinda sad. In fact, wait. I recognize that background. Whatever. Probably just assets for, like, visual novels, whatever. Eventually, this rapidity made my stomach churn. I went back to counting the buttons on the seat cushions. You really must be bored. The train compartment shouted around us. That was actually good timing that we were counting up, and then just boom! My eyes wandered to the boy in his jacket. It wasn't the school-issued blue that I and the other students on the train were wearing. Instead, it was a green varsity-like jacket with an embroidered patch poorly sewn on the front. So you're our first year then? Wow, you really are sparkling. Folded his newspaper neatly, sat on his lap and looked at me with a half-interested gaze. Did he just catch me staring at his penis? I mean, he was sitting there naked without pants. He was sitting there without pants on. What do you want me to do? It's kind of the thing that sticks out. No, I'm done with that. Now that the newspaper was gone, I saw his face. He watched me through heavy, lidded eyes. His hair was immaculately groomed. His teeth straight and blindingly bright. There was something about him, the way the light hit him, that made him look like he was almost sparkling. You were not a vampire, Jared. Go away! Oh yeah, that's definitely Jared. Definitely Jared. All the characters kind of voice them a little bit, and you can tell. You can tell if you know him. He glanced around the compartment, empty besides us, and laughed. Oh. No, I'm not a first year, I'm a third year. The train began to slow, metal wheels groaning against metal tracks. The sudden shift threatened to rob me of whatever was left in my stomach. But I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, willing myself to keep it together. What kind of impression would I leave, puking on a student before I even arrived at the academy? A terrible one. Or a kinky one if you happen to be into that, but that's really fucked up kinks. Boy frowned. I picked at the hem of my cotton skirt. That's not possible. I've never seen you before. Took me a moment of mouth fisting. Fishing. Sorry. I keep reading that as fisting. Took me a moment of mouth fisting to find a response. Oh! Can't do that with my brain. You laughed again. A transfer student, huh? We don't get many of those. I removed my acceptance letter from the pocket of my uniform. The paper, heavyweight, off-white, had accumulated creases from my rereading and rereading, as if the words might have changed since the last time I read it. A boy took it, studied it, then handed it back to me.
I'll see you around.
Well then, Hannah, I suppose I'll be seeing you around. He smiled at me as he picked up the suitcase lying next to him. By the time I hiccuped a response, he was already gone from the compartment. I stared out the empty hallway of the train. It was then I realized he, having gotten it from my acceptance letter, knew my name, and I never got this. The train settled at the station. I filed out with the rest of the uniformed students. It was early April. Actually, it's May. It's like really early May. So happy May, everybody! Happy May! Welcome to May. This month of the year with things and stuff. I don't know what happens in May. Fucking hell. It's just a month. My concept of time is weird. The last frost of winter had come and gone. The trees were already green, their leaves shivering in the occasional gust weaving through them. The air was mild, only a few clouds hanging in the sky. I walked along the road with a swarm of blue-jacketed bodies. Well, I almost thought you meant like a bird or something, because I heard birds and started thinking, oh, it's tweet, motherfucker! Looking at the little groups behind, breaking off from the crowd. Everyone was buzzing so animatedly around me. I held my suitcase tight in my sweaty hands. It was leather-bound and worth more than anything it contained. Why? What does it contain? I'm assuming just clothes and school books, but school books are expensive, yo. Maybe in Japan they're not, but in America they're fucking nuts. I wasn't far to the school that I was, for maybe the first time in my life, thankful that what I owned didn't amount to much. My school-issued black Oxfords clicked on the pavement. I walked this walk over and over in my mind. So many nights I lay awake imagining what it would be like to walk from the train station to Asagao Academy this first time. My new start. I always imagined that everything would change for me on this walk. But somehow, everything would be magically different. But as I looked around, I realized nothing had changed. I hadn't changed. No, why would you change? The walk isn't going to be the thing that magically changes you. Your time there will make you change you. It's like, no, it's like, yeah, life changed, but you don't. Unless you go through experiences that change your life. A walk does not. Well, not always. Anyway, by the time I reached the massive gate of the academy, I forgot all about the disappointment slouching in the back of my throat. The school, framed by the gate's twisting black metal, was just as beautiful as the glossy photos I saw in its pamphlets. I like to imagine that this is just the prettiest photo ever, and then just you look anywhere to the left, right, or behind you, and it's just this grimy little ghetto. They just spent all their money cleaning this school and making it look as pretty as possible, but they forgot everything else around them. This was it. Asagao Academy. I glanced around. A swarm of students gathered around the gate. Beyond it, tiny blue people bounced around the academy's main building. Blue people? Really? I'm sorry. I'm reminded of so many things right now. God. Yo, listen up! Here's the story about a school where everything is blue. The girl pressed a button on to one side of the gate. Excitement in the air was almost palpable. A few moments later, the black gate, with great effort, creaked outwards and cleared the pathway. The black gate. That sounds like we're in an RPG. The Black Gates of Hell or something or other of Asagao Academy. Well, there's hissing demons! Magic! The rest of the school shifted into motion. I followed along, a sheep in the herd. My stomach tied itself into knots. Isn't that how haggis is formed? Like you stuff the sheep's stomach and then you just tie it up and that's it? Maybe? I don't know. Never had haggis, and I've never cooked it. The crowd split off in different directions. For a moment, I panicked. For a moment. Only a moment. A tired-looking man with gray hair called out for first years. A cluster of fresh-faced students gathered around him. Hurry, you best skill to huck around. Over there's the place And over there's a tall boy. Hey, look at that girl. I turned a few feet away. A small group of boys were pointing at me and snickering. Are you making fun of me? Are you making fun of my ignorance? Pink hair, are you kidding me? How desperate can you get? Hot shame crawled down my neck. Now, Hannah, I don't think that's what you mean to say, because my mind did not go towards the thought of sweat. I think you want to phrase that a little, your internal monologues a little better. I attached myself to a group of girls, following a few steps behind them. In the distance, cicadas hummed in time to my shoes, crunching against gravel. Why are you crunching against cicadas? My hair. It wasn't my fault that my hair looked like this. Luckily, I found myself at the girls' dormitory, a large sign on the lawn reading Primrose House. The building dwarfed me in size and sheer intimidation. But I have determination to break through this intimidation. How many students did Asagao have? Too many. Some of them are sleeping in the trees. As I approached the building, a red-headed girl lingering nearby caught my attention. I looked away. Then I looked back. Then I looked away. And looked back. And looked away. And looked back. She wasn't there. I looked away. And there she was in front of me, staring deathly still into my eyes. That's not that phrase. Whatever. I looked away and looked back. She was staring at me. She walked over. Cool.
Oh, you must be my roommate!
Oh, cool. You voiced yourself. Thank you. I eyed her warily. She was smiling and bouncing in a way that suggested her views on life were akin to a perpetual bouncy castle.
What?
Me?
Bingo.
Of course, you silly. Let me guess. Room 325? I thought back to the paper I received a month prior with a list of all the supplies I needed for the year and my doormat arrangements. Yeah, that's right. She laughed, but I couldn't figure out what was so funny. Was she laughing at me? When I found out my roommate was a transfer student, I knew you were totally going to be a main character. I'm sorry. A what?
Mm-hmm.
When I saw you outside the gate, I knew it was you. I mean, look at that hair. I felt a lump forming in my throat. What was she talking about? She had to be making fun of me. I hadn't spent more than 5 minutes on campus, and I was already being mocked. My hands began to tremble. Is there something wrong with my hair? Her face slackened from its amused smile to a more worried expression. Then she began to laugh again.
Oh, no. It's great. I'm sorry.
Oh, you voiced yourself again.
We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we? Oh,
And
God.
again.
I'm
Thank you.
Sasaki. You must be Hana.
Maybe I am. Who wants to know? I bowed my head. It's nice to meet you, Mai. All your school books are waiting in our room with your welcome letter, and I read the envelope. I hope you're not mad. Just don't do it again. Sure, it's fine. It's just a welcome letter. Nothing personal on there. Just, if you happen to see any packages coming addressed to me, don't open them. They're private. That's all you need to know. I started walking forward to toward the dorm's front doors. I followed them behind like a lost puppy. Did you check at the front desk already? Nope. I didn't know I was supposed to. Good. I'll offer you to have a staff member give you a tour of the campus, but I can show you around. We don't get many transfer students in year 3, you know. Oh, is that your only bag? Just the one? I'm glad I brought an extra bag of stuff to decorate a room with. I started already. I hope you don't mind. It's fine. It's fine. But I did wait to string the lights. I thought we could do it together, you know? What are the lights? What are the lights? Do they spell a thing? Or is it just like pretty lights, like Christmas stuff? It's okay, sounds good. Sounds fun. I'll do. She held the door open for me and I hurried inside. Girls filed up and down the hallway, howling greetings and exchanging vague niceties that were, more often than not, how was your break? And look at how tan you got. Great. The kind of thing I don't like doing. It's just awkward. Like, how do you react to that sort of thing? Maybe it's just me. Seemed like everyone knew each other, and it seems like this is clearly a place for girls. I mean, look at the stereotypical pink on the walls. Followed Mai as she led me through the maze of students and up 2 flights of stairs. Each dorm floor looked the same as the last. Narrow white doors lining both sides of the pale pink walls. Thin gold numbers were tacked on the front of each door, the numbers rising as we climbed. You're not missing anything with the campus tour, I promise. Mr. Saitomo does them every year, and he's like totally dull. He just drags you around the entire campus and talks in that weird squeaky voice of his. Squeaky voice? Oh, I gave him an old man voice, but okay. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Smile, trying to let this calm my nerves. Thank you. Thank you, Mai. You're best friends. Best friend. Head down a hallway to the 3rd floor. Mai stopped us in front of a door number 325. Here we are! This is quite a pretty place. Though I see the lights are already up. So, you already decorated the whole thing. You lied to me! God! You lied to me again! Fuck! A faint smell of potpourri wafted through the room. Wafted? Wafted. The walls like the hallway were a soft powdery pink. They really want you to know that you're in a girls' dorm, don't they? Mai already defaced them with a tapestry of posters, magazine cutouts, and photographs. Some of the photos were of cats, but most were of male models and rugged musicians. A bunk bed, 2 writing desks with wooden chairs, a small dresser, and a mirrored vanity, all clearly provided by the school, were the only pieces of furniture in the tiny room. The top bunk was already covered in neatly tucked blankets and throw pillows of clashing patterns and colors. Yeah, it sorta works. It can't be too bad. The bottom bunk had a single stiff-looking pillow and a thin cotton blanket that I didn't need to touch to know was horribly itchy. I must have grimaced because Mai quickly smiled at me. I brought way too many pillows and blankets. I always overpack. I went to Italy over break and Mom got really mad at me because I brought 5 bags but we're only there for a week. I think I'm gonna stop here because I'm getting tired and I need to start another game and get some coffee in me. I also need to blow my nose because something's going down. Something's going down in a weird way. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And then get a T-Cower intro for supporting me on Patreon this month. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye! Trying to get to those gravestone things. The, I guess, winged creatures. They look like angels, sort of. Very blobby angels. Okay, good. I remember... Fuck, why did I do that? I keep instinctively going for the high jump.